Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you have a beautiful day and we are finally spring and the color everywhere. I think I'm gonna do a garden tour, another garden tour for you very soon because I don't know, I just can't wait and I just feel like I want to look at the garden all the time. Yeah, even my backyard is very messy, full of container, but I see life there, excitement there. Anyway, in this video, I would like to share my top 10 tips how to grow roses in container successfully. So you know me, I don't have much room in the ground, or maybe not much at all, just few little walkway here and there. So I grow a lot of my roses in container now, and I'm very happy with that actually. But even they are messy. But I want to share those 10 tips with you. But also, I bought few roses the other day from Bunnings, and I thought that I gonna repot some of them, and then I will show some of the variety that I haven't got yet. Yeah, but also I bought some other bare rooted roses as well. They are on the way here to my place maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I bought them because at the end of the bare rooted rose season, they were on sale. So I got a few of them. But anyway, let's jump straight into my very top 10 tips. So the number one, okay, number one for me is very important chewing the roses. So when I started gardening, I didn't know that bare rooted rose could be like existing because I never gardened before, and also what I know is I just bought some potted roses from the nursery and I have great success with them. So for me, if you are a new beginner, and potted rose is the way to go, and you don't have to fuss with them a lot, and they already leafing out or already produce a bloom and growing. And if you have like some experience growing bare-rooted rose, and that's the cheap way to go to, and you get a lot of the variety you can buy from. Tip number two, let's talk about choosing the right size container for them. And for me, by the way, the size of the container depends on the size of the rose that when the rose mature or established growing through. Example, this one I got over here in the very large plastic container. This one about 80 centimeter width and maybe 60 centimeter deep. And this one is called New Papa Maiden. And this one potentially can go around 1.5 meter tall. This is hybrid tea rose. Not sure about the width, and the width could be quite large as well. Anyway, I tend to put the hybrid tea rose in the large container. And the same example, the new rose I got over here, I put it in the deep container around 60 centimeter deep and around 50 or 55 centimeter width. So they got more room and got more soil to hold the moisture for their roots, and we can got very happy and healthy roses. And why the other small container over here, this one I think around 45 maybe centimeter width of the container. I got this one what is this one, blackberry nipped, and this one aptite. So both of these they grow around 1 meter tall and width. So I put them in kind of medium large container, and I know that they will last like for a while, maybe another 2 years or so, because I don't think they will go that big like the hybrid tea rose over here. And over here I got some roses. They are miniature roses, and they stay in the quite a small container, or I don't know, smallish to medium. This one I think maybe just 30 centimeter width of the container, and you can see the plant is flushing out, and you can see that I got fertilized for the rose, I got compost for the rose, and they look happy. And the same for this one. This one maybe around 35 centimeter width container, and this one even smaller. This one maybe, I don't know, 25, but you can see that the plants look happy. So miniature rose, you can choose a container a little bit smaller as well. Tip number 3, talking about good potting mix. So you don't want to use garden soil and to pot up your roses and too much because the garden soil normally they tend to hold a lot of water. They're not designed for them to be in the container. So I highly recommend you premium potting mix for roses. And if you are more careful or more what is fussy about that, you can get the special potting mix for the roses as well. So a few weeks ago, I did try to get some cheap potting mix for my roses. The first knot, they were okay, but the second knot, when I came back to get few more, and they were quite bad. I didn't like them. So in Australia, I prefer to use Martin brand premium potting mix. But sometimes because quite far away for me to get them, so sometimes I just go to Bunnings to get some the other brand. It is called Osmosco. But last year I did got 2 lot very bad from this brand as well. Yeah, I think my very best potting mix in Australia for me to use is Martin brand. So the tip number 4, talking about drainage. So drainage is very important whenever you got a lot of rain and you don't have some sufficient drainage hole for the roses, and your rose will suffer, die back, and their root can get rotten. But also if you lay example the clays or terracotta container, they trace them on the soil, and over time the soil to build up underneath the container, and that will kind of like block the drainage hole as well. Tip number 5, place your rose container in the right amount of sun. So a lot of roses, they prefer to be in full sun, around 8 hour direct sunlight plus. But a lot of my other roses, I find that they prefer a little bit more shade in the afternoon if they can. Otherwise, they just have to be in the hot afternoon sun. But this area over here, by the way, they got shade in the morning, and then I think from around from around 11 a.m. they got sun like until in the very late in the evening. But I do feel that even few hours of the shade in the morning really help them. Example, this rose, this one is forget-me-not. I don't know about you, but my dad prefer to be in the shade a little bit. Like since I moved it over here, it's doing much better than last year. And the other rose over here, example, this one, that's Dusty Bustles. This one, David Austin Rose. Another one here, this one, Summer Song. They do prefer to be in the shade a little bit, so their petals or their blooms not a little bit longer. Some other roses, example, this one, Desdemona. So it got full sun in the morning until midday. I just moved this container here, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. But I moved here just behind the blue spot here, and because the sun is going down that way, in the afternoon, so this blue spruce will protect the hot afternoon sun for that Desdemona rose over there. And some other roses contained over there, they do get hot afternoon sun protected for my apricot tree just behind it, because during the summer that's tree the leaf they leafing out, and I do have the net cover it because of the fruit. And then so few hours of hot afternoon sun, they got protected for the roses over there. Tip number 6, make sure your roses in container not gonna dry out. So example, like my roses in the ground, I water mine maybe twice a week during the summer. But my roses in the container, normally I water them every Thursday, but sometimes if the temperature like go around 35 or 33 degrees Celsius, I try to water them every second time. So make sure you keep your roses moist, not dry out. And tip number 7, fertilize your roses. So we water the roses very often, very regular. So the nutrients they leaching out, and make sure you fertilize your roses as well. You Cosmoco's rose fertilizer twice a year. Once in late winter, early spring, I already done fertilizer for my roses, and another dose in mid summer. And then so when I fertilize in the summer, they still have a few nutrients and to carry them on, to help them you carry on in the summer, in the autumn, and then in late autumn they starting dropping their leaves. Yeah, so fertilizer very important. Tip number 8, let's talk about the material of the container. So for me, I use all kind of container, and plastic container, normally they are cheaper, easy to move around, but they don't look attractive, especially in the winter. Why the terracotta over here, they are super heavy. This one I got from Facebook Marketplace, so that's one not too expensive, but it's very hard to move them around. Or other glaze container. This clay container over here, oh by the way, terracotta, they are porous, so you have to water them more often than the plastic container. And also this is clay container. Now it looks nice even during the winter, but this one very heavy and it's more expensive than normal terracotta container. This one beautiful by the way, this one is not clay, so this one is quite porous by the way, but I do love it. I don't think I would ever spend any more money to buy some of this container again. I bought 4 of them by the way, like 2 of this tall one and 2 of this round one. So you just have to be mindful, the porous container like terracotta over here, you do need to water them more often than the plastic container over here. Yeah, because they are porous and this one can hold the moisture a little bit longer. But mind you, the dark plastic container, the heat do heat them up, or they do absorb the heat more than the terracotta container by the way. Tip number 9. So I placed my potted roses straight on the soil or on the ground here, and where the grassy area or weed they grow. I do like that because I intend to maybe not ever gonna repot them. I want their roots can go out and search into the water and also go out to the soil here. So because repotted the roses, that's a lot of hard work, and I don't have any the bigger container to repot them, and that's going to cost a lot if I intend to buy larger container. So I do this way, so their roots can go out like to the drainage hole. And by the way, I didn't use any rocks or styrofoam pieces to put in the inside of the drainage hole to stop the soil going out or whatever like that. Like I do often do like that for my other container. So I want their roots able to go out, get the water from the soil, nutrient from the soil out here, and this way I can keep the container cool or moist much longer. But also I let the weeds growing among them. So even in the summer, sometimes the weed and the grass grow all the way up here. I just say to my husband, don't need to mow or do whipper snipper, because that's why you keep the container moist or keep their container cool as well. Because I place the container here, I do give a little bit of room between the container. Some maybe not as great. Example, this one a little bit close, but example this one a little bit room here, because I know that they in the future they're gonna get big as well. But once their roots start going outside, I don't want to move the container, right? And I will disturb their roots. I don't think they mind about much, because their roots will get broken and they can regrow again. But I'm trying not to do that. So once they're in there, that means they're in there. I'm not going to move them. So normally I'm trying not to place my roses on the concrete, example on the footpath like this or the pathway like this, or on the gravel, because the gravel and the concrete that heat the container up very quick in the summer. You can see that I try to place the container more on the soil or on the ground, not on the concrete area. And number 10, my very last tips is watch your rose growing. In here, watch not like admiring your roses. I mean admire, but also you need to watch them as well. Example, checking them out if they are happy or not. That example, even like your roses in the ground doesn't mean that you got the irrigation for them. You already planted them in ground and you just leave them be. You should like look at them every so often, even like not every day, maybe every second day or third day. Come to check them if they got enough water, if they got the pests or diseases. In our climate last year, we got the trips and it's quite bad for my roses. Yeah, they try in the hot and dry climate. And example like in like early spring, we normally have a lot of aphids. If your roses attacked by aphids, there's so many. Maybe you just you finger or hand just squeeze them a bit and hold them off with the water, and that will reduce the stress of the roses as well. So yeah, watch the roses closely and don't neglect them and make sure they don't get dry out. And so that is my very top 10 tips how to grow roses successfully. And thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a great success season of the roses. If you have any tips that I haven't mentioned in here, or if you have any questions, please leave the comment below. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, thank you again. It's getting dark. I'm gonna go inside and get some rest. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you again. Bye bye.